Hi everybody, my name's Isaac. I've been editing for about 20 years now, and I've been given the opportunity to come into the studio here today to test drive FORscene. And after about 10 minutes, I'm completely amazed and feel like I've wasted about 20 years of my life. We're going to start up over here on the left, some common icons you probably recognize. This is the media button, and that opens up and closes down your media browsers. That's where you're going to be storing all of your files, your videos, your pictures, your audio, everything you upload. And beside that you'll see the upload button, and that's where you can upload things, recycle, and etc down there. So I'm just going to skip all that for now. I'm going to go right into editing. So what I want to do is I want to upload some footage so I can get started here. So I click that button and you'll see it opens up another window. Very simple. So you browse for your video file. So this will open up your library wherever you can find your videos or your pictures or whatever you want on your desktop or wherever you have them. So I opened up here, I got a bunch of files. What do I want? Let's take this one right here. It's a picture file. Open that. I'm going to give it a name. I'm going to call it Canella, because that's who we're working with here today for a little promo video we're making for her. You can choose your format depending where you are, PAL or NTSC. You can choose if you want 4:3 or 16:9 depending which aspect ratio you're working on. And by the time I explain it, it's already uploaded. We're ready to go, so we can close this down. And here we are. You can see it's already in our folder waiting for us here to use. So let's get right into it here. I can take this. You can see we have a window here. It's all nicely color coded so you can find everything. Over here, the blue window, that's where we're going to preview all our footage. And the red window is where we're going to assemble things. So let's go into preview. So here's our picture. It's uploaded a little video file for us here, so we can use that. It's just a static picture, so it's just a static file. Now we can either drag that over here into this part where it's already dropped down into our timeline, or we can just drop it straight into the timeline, whatever you prefer. Now we can go back and forth here, and as you can see, I'm scrubbing through the timeline, either on the timeline or in the timeline window. Very easy. And there's our picture there. So nothing much going on, so nothing to talk about really. As well, we have some really handy tools like this. I can go to the front and to the end of each clip. Easy breezy, so you can find your next edit. So now I've already uploaded some more clips here to save you guys the time. And what do we got here? We got let's take a music video clip. Let's throw that in to our viewer. Take a look. And there it is. Beautiful. Little video we shot, so we can scroll through that nice and easy and see what kind of footage we have there. And so we can choose points that we want to set in and out. So these are the points that we want to start the video clip and end the video clip. So we find the point that we want, and let's say that's the frame we want to start on. We can set our end point. That's our end point right there. Boom, and it tells you where it is exactly right there. 10 seconds, 20 frames. There it is. And let's scroll forward and alright, let's end it right there. So let's put our out point. Very nice. So now we can take this and drag it over into our timeline, and you can see it's automatically thrown into our timeline viewer down here. Again, I can zoom out, or I can use the plus and minus here to zoom in and out as well. So now we have it in here. We can go to the beginning, hit space to play back, or you can push the play button as well. And there it is. Okay. So now that we have that, we can see what else do we want in here. We got some photo shoot footage. So let's put this in here. And here's a little photo shoot we did, so let's take some of that there. Let's set our endpoint. Scrub through, nice and easy. Actually, I don't like that endpoint. Let's set this endpoint. Scroll through, there's our outpoint. There's some pictures from the photo shoot, very nice. Set our outpoint, that'll look good in our promo. See some nice pictures. Drop them over into the timeline. And that will drop it right down here into our timeline viewer as well, so you can see there it is. There's our video, there's our photo shoot. Very nice. So now say we want to do something fancy, like we want to throw a transition in. That is easy to do. You can zoom right in here, make sure you're on the transition point. Click this icon right here. Looks like a little Z. Transition. Automatically adds a transition. So if you look up in your viewer here, you can see, here we are in this shot, and ooh, nice slow fade in there. It looks good. Which looks nice, but it's not quite nice enough because we want it longer. So that's easy enough to do. You go to the end, drag it out, go to, and that looks a little nicer. Oh, there we go. Beautiful. Say we want to do something a little fancier even though. What we can do is we can right click on the transition, and then we have all these options right here. We have different kinds of dissolves and fades and wipes. So let's choose the ever popular star wipe. Now as we transition, stars. So there we go. Let's leave that in there because we like that. And now that we're looking at this, we have some music from here. And we have different music on this clip. that doesn't really line up, does it? So what we're going to do is we're going to deselect, if you see right over here, we're going to deselect the video track. So we're no longer editing the video track, just the audio tracks. We're going to take these clips and we're just going to drag them up into our garbage can because they're garbage. We don't like you, we don't like you, garbage. Now we can put our video track back on, and what we want to do is we also have a an audio track here of a song, which we can treat the same as a video clip. So we can set our in and out points on that. Let's call that in, go up a little bit, we'll call that out. Okay, and we can take that and drop it down into our timeline. Presto, now we have one solid separate audio track that we just put in from a separate audio source. And it's a little too short there, you can see I'm just dragging it here. It's just that easy. You just put your thing on the end and you can drag it as long or as short as you want to fit the video. And actually, let's look, the beginning doesn't have any audio for our title here, so let's just drag it back right to the beginning. Now as you see, we've replaced the audio and we have audio underneath pictures that we put in. And underneath it's consistent all the way through, so that's very handy to have. Here we are, we've got our video, we've got our audio that we just underlaid, we've got a couple different videos we mixed together, that looks good. We got a graphic that we brought in, but the graphic's a little bit bare, we can see here, and nobody knows that this is Tonella but us. I mean, she's our favorite band, so we know who she is, but the rest of the world doesn't, so let's let them know. What we have down here, as you can see, is a little subtitle track. So we can click anywhere on that, we scrub to the point where we want to put a title in. It's as easy as clicking on there and typing in what you want. Let's say Tonella. And click enter, and you see it appears already in there. And if you right click, or if you Apple click for you Apple users, you get all kinds of fancy options in here to make your titles look fabulous. So first of all, we can size it. Let's bring it up a little bit, that's a little bit low. And we can go over here, we can change how bright it is, we can change how see-through it is, and if I click out here, I can see that box around it. I can make the opacity to 0 so it's completely see-through, or I can bring it up if we want a square. I kind of want it see-through because I don't want to see that box there. And maybe make it a little bit bigger, and we can choose where we want it. These boxes here, nice and easy, top left, middle, top right. Center, we don't want it center, we want center. That looks kind of nice there. Maybe make it a little bit bigger. Oh, not that big. About there looks good. And I think that's done. So now we can just close that down. We have a nice title in there. And the same as any other track, we can just click in here and drag it longer or shorter. So let's just go in here. Let's zoom in so we can see what's going on. Start it right at the beginning. And we'll go to the end. So we want to go to the end of this clip. Right there. Oh. And then we can drag it back just to the end of the clip. So that'll be a nice title for Tonella. Now you have this video, what can you do with it? That's a good question. Publishing with this program is incredibly easy. I've never seen it so easy before. All you do is you take it, you drag it, and you drag it over to where you want to publish it to. So if you want to output a MPEG that you can upload onto outside sites, you can do that, or you can drag it straight onto the Big Bang logo, and that'll put it right into your homepage on your storefront. And another great feature I thought that was really nice, because you got all this great video, but sometimes you can't send video to people. I like this frame right here. I can just take that frame, drop it on the JPEG function over here, and presto, there it is. So I can take that, I can download it, I can upload it, I can use that anywhere I want. But we've been kind of lazy. I'm bad at this. I'm sure all you guys are way better. I never title things, so you can just rename this up here, and there it's saved. So now that we have our project named, we have it completed here, everything's looking good and sounding good and feeling good, we can take that and drop it right into the media bin, and voila. So we open up our media bin, and there it is right there, Tonella. There's our magic project. Here we have our video. It's pretty much done, except we want to do something a little fancy at the end, just for a little bit of branding so people know who we are and what we do. So you can take any graphic file, any font file, text file, anything you want to import in. We're going to take our Big Bang logo here because we love it. There it is right there. So what we can do You can see down at the bottom here, there's this little one. That's what we call a graphic overlay layer. So what we can do with this layer is we can take any graphic that we want. We're going to take our logo and just drag it right down in there, easy as pie. So now you can see we have a nice overlay of our file onto our video. So that's kind of a nice look. And if that's not enough fun for you, what you can do down here, there's even more options. You can right click this little extra icon, and that opens up an editing option for you for your graphic overlay. And that you can basically scale that. Oh, we want it to maybe start big and zoom in. So let's start big, pan back to the beginning of our thing. We're going to start big, and then just by dragging this down, we can shrink it down to about there. Oh, and it's the wrong position, so what we can do is go over to this little tab and drag it up or drag it down. Let's drag it up on top of Corey's face right there. Perfect. So now, as you see, that simple little thing we've got, wow, that falls right in there. Beautiful. So that's a perfect ending for our video. Now it's complete. I'm satisfied. Wouldn't change anything about the software. It's amazing, and definitely going to start using it myself. So I showed you a bunch of the basic editing tools, and here's some more advanced things you can do. If you have, say, a lot of footage that you've shot or a lot of footage you've accumulated, what you can do is log it, because sometimes you get so much footage you don't know what's where, and there's some great shots you want to use or some terrible shots you never want to see again. So what you can do is log the good ones, forget about the bad ones, and only deal with the ones you want to use. So we open up our logging bar here. You can just take our footage, same as always, drag it in to our preview file, and I've logged a few already, you can see here, but let's log a new one here just so you can see how it's done. Let's play through our footage, and let's pick a couple of spots. Let's pick this spot as our in point. So what we can do, a quick shortcut for you that I like to use, if you use I, it stands for in. It's pretty smart. Or you can push the button here like you've always done in your window. So let's click I, that sets our in point. And let's scroll forward here. We can either play it or scroll it on the scroll bar. I like to scroll because I'm impatient. I just want to get to where I'm going. So let's go to there. That's a nice spot. You can push O for out, again very smart, or click the window out button again. So let's click that, and there's our out point. Another good feature here that you can see, I'll zoom in so you can see it a little better. This little green bar shows what you've selected. So there's your in point there, there's your out point there. Nice and easy to see, very visual, very simple. So now what we do is we take this, we've selected our in, we've selected our out, and we go down into our toolbar here, and we see our shot column. So let's go into our shot column, and we're going to call this awesome, because it was pretty awesome. And as you can see, it automatically inserts our in point and out point there. So that's all we need, and we click enter, boom, done, and we're on to our next clip. There we go. Now the great thing with this is all this footage here, all we've done is selected that. We don't have to look through all the footage when we're going back through to edit. All we can do is go into our shot list here, and let's say we like this shot, we can just take it and drag it right into our timeline. Boom, and there it is. You click over here, that switches between your logging and your timeline and your storyboard, which is another function. And so let's go to our timeline here, and as you can see in our timeline, this footage is the footage that we had just logged. So it's easy as that. So as you can see, we have three functions here in the logging option. So we got our logging, we have our timeline, which is our regular timeline function, and we have storyboard, which is basically a visual log. So you can see these are the clips there's our awesome clip we just logged. We got our fast forward and a couple other clips that we've logged before. Those are the clips we like. So we can use that as a visual log, so we can scrub through our shots and see what they look like. So on the left here, you can see this is our basic functional toolbar that has all the tools we need. So if we start in the upper left, this is our files. We can open and close our files with that, and that shows us all the footage we've uploaded. And our upload, which we've done before, you click that, it opens up an upload option, so you can upload any video or pictures or audio files from your computer. Here's our recycle. The great thing about this recycle bin is that it actually saves your footage online. It saves everything you've done for 31 days. So if you make any mistakes and you want to change it back anytime within a month, you can just go click, 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 and a mistake you made 2 weeks ago you can undo. I wish I had that in real life. Over here we have an auto save button, and that just automatically saves all of your files every so often, and it goes into your file folder. Our MPEG output, we've talked about that already. All you do is you drag your final product into there, and there you go. It automatically outputs you an MPEG video file that you can upload and share with everybody. JPEG that we showed you as well before. You can export any JPEG of whatever video clip you want. And these two ones down here are probably my favorite because I get lost on occasion. I get a little tired, I get a little grumpy, and I forget what I'm doing. So this help button, question mark, that's always floating over my head. So I use that one a lot. any little things in this video that you've forgotten or can't remember, and you just click here and there's a nice easy, let's show you here, and it has everything you need to know about FORscene. It's right there. And this one over here, also one of my favorites because I like to talk. It opens up a little chat window, and in here you have a great community of people that are using FORscene, and as well it has a administrator that can help you with any of the problems that you can't find in the question mark. And I use those all the time because I forget, like I said, and I love this entire program. I love this entire suite, and I'm converted and I'm throwing the rest of my software away.